Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video and welcome to me to MTG on your channel. And today I want to present to you a deck that I've been climbing with quite a lot and quite fast actually. I've climbed with this deck from bottom gold to now bottom diamond, all the way through gold, all the way through platinum. And it's a Boros Knights deck. And today I'm going to present to you the deck and show you some game highlights that I've experienced with this deck. It's a lot of fun to play. It's pretty successful so far. I'm sure if the season would go on longer than just only until tomorrow, this deck could actually reach Mythic. I'm fairly convinced about that. So let's get into this deck. What is the idea of the deck? It's a Knight deck in Boros colors, and now from my experience, I've tried Boros Knights, I've tried what's it called, Selesnya Knights, I've tried Rakdos Knights. I think that Boros Knights are the strongest combination that we have in standard so far. Of course, this Knight theme was basically introduced now with Throne of Eldraine, and just from my experience, Boros is the strongest color combination in this regard, due to a few reasons. First of all, we have Fervent Champion, which is basically the MVP of this deck for one simple reason. It's because of its passive ability. Equip ability, if you activate the target Fervent Champion, costs 3 less to activate. Why is it important? Now, it's important because it is a Knight deck, but the win conditions of this deck are actually, for one, Mace of the Valiant, and 2, Embercleave. Those are actually the win conditions. And how do they work? So, first of all, let's read the cards to you. What does Mace of the Valiant do? It's a 3 mana white equipment artifact, which says that the equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge con on Mace of the Valiant, and the equipped creature has vigilance. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on Mace of the Valiant. So the more counters are on Mace of the Valiant, the stronger the creature becomes that is attached to. And the problem with these equipments is Mace of the Valiant is a very strong equipment in a deck that produces a lot of creatures. However, normally you would have to pay a total of 6 mana to attach it to a creature, because you have to pay 3 mana to put it down, it does nothing on the turn, and then another 3 mana to attach it to a creature. But luckily, the creep creature is 0 with Fervent Champion. So this is one reason Mace of the Valiant actually works in this deck. The other equipment I talked about is Embercleave, the red legendary artifact from Throne of Eldraine, which has flash. It costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature we control, and when it enters the battlefield, we can attach it to target creature we control. Then the equipped creature gets +1/+1, has double strike and trample. Embercleave pairs extremely well with Mace of the Valiant, because as you will see in the stack, it's not unusual to get maces with like 9 to 10 counters on them, but it's hard to finish off our opponent if he can just block our 13/13 Fervent Champion with a 1/1. And this is where the trample comes in. So this combination, Fervent Champion, Mace of the Valiant, and eventually Embercleave, is oftentimes our win condition. And another way of getting trample in this deck is Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. Now, Aurelia is the only creature we have in this deck that is not a Knight, but I was building this deck and we're in Boros, and as you can see, we have a pretty nice mana curve, and I was still missing some 4-drops, and Aurelia is just a huge value creature. It has Mentor, it has Flying, it's a 2/5 for 4 mana, which is already pretty solid. And more importantly, her ability, at the beginning of combat on our turn, we choose up to 1 target creature we control, and until end of turn, the creature gets +2/+0, and gains trample if it's red, and gains vigilance if it's white. And the text gains trample is also important for the same reason that I stated before. So we have two ways in this deck to give our creatures trample to really deal a lot of damage with Mace of the Valiant. So we have Aurelia and we have Embercleave. So this is our basic win condition. Put Mace of the Valiant on Fervent Champion, make it huge, and then give it trample through Aurelia or Embercleave. Now, the question is, how do we make Mace of the Valiant big? And the answer is, we have 4 Worthy Knights in our deck that create 1/1 white human creature tokens whenever we cast a Knight spell. So if we have Mace of the Valiant on the board, and a Worthy Knight, and then we cast a Knight, our Mace gets 2 counters. 1 counter from the human creature token, and another one from the Knight that comes down. Another way to generate tokens in this deck is Skyknight Vanguard, also in this deck. It's for 2 mana in Boros colors. It's 1/2 human Knight with flying, which is also relevant because our opponents don't have ways to deal with flying all of the time. So we can also put a Mace on Skyknight Vanguard to possibly make it huge. And whenever it attacks, it creates a 1/1 white soldier creature token that's tapped and attacking. So this is another way to generate more creatures that pump up our Mace of the Valiant. Then, of course, we're a Knight deck, so we just have, and we're in Boros, so we just have Foreign Spank Veterans in there. Just a big value card, giving all our other Knights +1/+1. Then, for the sake of mana curve, we have 2 Venerable Knights as 1-drops. I like this because for the mana curve, it's 2 more 1-drops. It's aggressively statted at 2/1, and when it dies, it can pump up another Knight, which is pretty nice. Now, in order to find our Mace of Valiant and Embercleave or just another Knight, we have 4 Acclaimed Contenders, which lets us look at our top 5 cards of our library and reveal a Knight, Aura, Equipment, or Legendary Artifact card if we control another Knight, and then put that card in our hands. So it's a 3 mana 3/3 without a keyword, unfortunately. I was always thinking if this Knight just had Vigilance, it would be like a really good card. This way is just a good card. But it's a kind of card draw, and it really helps us find our win conditions with Mace of the Valiant and Embercleave. Then, since we have a lot of creatures in our deck, we have 4 Conclave Tribunals to get rid of Planeswalkers and big scary creatures and so on. Get rid of enchantments. So Conclave Tribunal is an excellent removal in that regard. And then we have 2 Cavaliers of Dawn, also, which is also more of a late game card for us. It also lets us remove anything scary for our opponents. We don't really care that our opponent is getting a 3/3, because in this deck, a 3/3 controlled by our opponent is not really noteworthy. We can easily deal with it, notably with the Cavalier of Dawn himself when he comes down. And another nice effect is if Cavalier of Dawn dies, we can get back artifacts from our graveyard. This is Mace of the Valiant or Embercleave, or enchantments, so we can get back a Conclave Tribunal. So last card to mention in this deck, since we are a Knight deck, we run 2 Circles of Loyalty. It just synergizes well, of course, with our Knight deck, Knight Tribal, because the card costs 1 less for each Knight we control. And it also has another synergy with the white board we generate, because all our creatures get +1/+1, not only our Knights. And it lets us produce more tokens, which can be especially helpful against control matchups. Being able to produce a 3/3 token at return is extremely valuable. And the passive ability being that it creates a 2/2 token whenever we cast a legendary spell is not really relevant, since the only legendary spells we have in our deck are the Embercleave and the Aurelia, so the passive ability doesn't really matter. my experience has been that most of the time we cast Circle of Loyalty for 3 to 4 mana, and it just it acts as a nice secondary win condition. If we have a big white board, then we can also win this way instead of just a big scary Fervent Champion. So that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed the games you're going to see now. It's a lot of fun to play, and I definitely recommend trying it out. And as I said, it had a pretty high win rate. I've gotten from bottom gold to bottom diamond now very fast. And enjoy the video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Now this is an amazing hand. We have turn 1 Fervent Champion, turn 2 Skyknight Vanguard, and turn 3 Acclaimed Contender now. We don't attack because I don't want our Fervent Champion to die. And more importantly, we have an Embercleave already in hand. Yeah, we don't block here. Whoops, wrong. Thanks for a card draw. Now we have 2 red mana for our Embercleave. Fortunately, our Skyknight Vanguard dies. We definitely don't block here because we want to get a Acclaimed Contender down and get the trigger going from Acclaimed Contender. And let's get a Worthy Knight actually. And don't attack. Aurelia is pretty good here. Now if both survive, we can attack with both at the next turn and put down our Embercleave. Don't block. All right. So now the question is, if we attack with both, it's probably going to block. And he has 3, 4, 5 on board. Alternatively, we could also cast Aurelia. I think we cast Aurelia here. We need blockers. And let's see. I think we put the trigger on Fervent Champion because I suppose he's going to block with the Footlight Fiend, so Champion dies anyway if we attack. Alright. There is a Murderous Rider. Now of course we block here. Now I can choose to either kill the Contender or the Fervent Champion. It's absolutely fine. Put down planes, and now let's think. So now finally our opponent... Oh, we actually have lethal, because here is what we do. We buff Aurelia. We attack with Aurelia only. Get the Embercleave down. Onto Aurelia. Aurelia is doing 10 damage. And now we pass turn and our opponent kills himself. Now that was a good victory. It was very close. Extremely close actually. But we still did it. Yeah, we definitely keep this hand. Like turn 3 Mace of the Valiant is the dream. Hey, we got a Fervent Champion too. But we actually can't keep this. We definitely need the mana. We need the 3rd mana. So we put down the Skyknight Vanguard because next time we put down the Mace and the Vanguard attacks, we already get a counter on our Mace from the 1/1 token the Skyknight Vanguard produces. And there we have our 3rd land. Hello. Let's go. Oh, we have a very communicative opponent here, Mr. Nasbot. An Evolution Sage, interesting. Do we put down here? Put down a Boros Knight. And attack with the Skyknight Vanguard. And as you can see, our Mace already grows very big. Has already 3 counters here. Now he didn't block my 1/1 for any reason.
It's nice to meet you. I'd love a friendly duel. Teamwork is strength.
Ooh, it's a proliferate deck. It's pretty cool. I want to build 1/2. And do we block here? We don't block. We don't care. Give us a land. That's not a land. It's not a land. Put the Mace actually on the Vanguard. And attack like this and this. And we can already do substantial damage with our buffed up Skyknight Vanguard. And next turn, if we get a land, we have an Aurelia here. It's an interesting idea, putting +1/+1 counters on all your creatures. And then giving them trample with Sigana. I mean, what if I don't block? Next turn we also have Inspiring Veteran. Yeah, we just don't block. Here's our land, so... This is +2. Yeah, we just have lethal. Go ahead. Pump up our Vanguard. Just attack with the Vanguard and that's game. There you go. So turn 3 Mace is a lot of the time just a huge winner for the stack. Yeah, that's not a hand we can keep. This is one we can keep. Let's get rid of the Cavalier of Dawn. We're going second. We can scry for third land for our Mace of the Valiant. Alright, so red aggro. There's our third land. Against red aggro and early, what's he called? Our champion guy. Is often pretty good. What's his name? This is Acclaimed Contender and the other one is the 1 red mana guy. I forgot. No blocks here. And let's actually get a 3/3 down. Another Acclaimed Contender, we take it. Now we have some blockers at least. Ideal would be if we get another land. Wow.
Hey, don't start
Wow.
any fires without me. Hey, these little guys are great.
So we block like this, and block like this. Now we didn't get another land, but we have another Worthy Knight and a Venerable Knight, so we can get a 1/1 here. Oh, true, we don't have a second white land. Oh, that's bad, I didn't pay attention. We should have just played the second Acclaimed Contender.
Hey, these little guys are great.
Now Conclave Tribunal would be really good here. Embercleave. We need to attack with 3 creatures, but is there anything we would gain out of this? So if we attack with 1/1 and 2 Worthy Knights, he probably wants to block, right? I mean, we could bait him here. If he attacked his Chandra, we would have another 3/3 left for blocking. Let's actually take the risk. Let's attack his Chandra. Stop some of the aggression that's coming in. It's doing nothing. Well, in this case, it's doing nothing. We're not playing the Embercleave. Instead, we're just playing another Acclaimed Contender, getting 2 1-mans for blocking. So that was pretty good, actually. There's an Inspiring Veteran. Let's see, he can get a guaranteed 2 damage with the Tin Street Dodger. He has a Skewer the Critics too. We can play a Circle of Loyalty, that's a shame. What can we actually do here? I mean, next turn we just die to Shanna Spitfire, right? If we attack with all we have, this is 3 damage, 6, 9, 11, 13, we'll get another... oh wait, so if I put on the Embercleave on an Acclaimed Contender, it's a 4/4, so it would be 8 damage, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. Not quite enough, unfortunately. Man, if we had 1 more mana, we could actually kill our opponent here. If only. I think the best way to do is to put down a Venerable Knight. Get 2 more tokens. And just attack with everything. We have lost anyway, so it's not like it matters. Let's go! Two damage off, 2 damage. If we had 1 more white man, we could have easily killed him with Circle of Loyalty. Easily. But now we're just dead. Yeah. That's the hand that we keep. We have a Fervent Champion, we have turn 2 Venerable Knight, turn 3 Acclaimed Contender, and then a possible Embercleave. Venerable Knight. Let's go. And let's get our Acclaimed Contender down. Getting a Mace, which is amazing. the Worthy Knight go in, and next turn we can possibly get the Embercleave down. Deathless Knight. Alright, so we attack with all we have. This is for creatures. Our Embercleave cost 2 red mana then. We have nothing for 1 mana, so let's just attack with all we have and buff up our Worthy Knight to a 3/2. Question is, who do we want to survive? Could let the Fervent Champion survive here, but I think buffing the Worthy Knight is means going for the actual win here. Our opponent has only 4 life left. We have the Embercleave out. Next turn we can put down Inspiring Veteran or an Aurelia possibly. Let's see here. Yeah. That's a joust. Whoops. Got a pack here. And a mythic rare. Yes, another Wicked Wolf. Oh, did we get the pack from the... Oh, I see. We just got the packs from past season. Iron Crag Pyromancer. Did they actually increase the rewards? Because I thought if you reach Diamond you get 4 packs, but this is 5? Huh. I mean, I'm not complaining. Another Torbran. And a Castle Garenbrick. Nice. Let's go on. Do we keep this? I'm actually quite tempted to keep this. Turn 2 Skyknight, turn 3 Inspiring Veteran. Or turn 2 Worthy Knight. Alright, so we put down the Skyknight Vanguard now, put down the Sacred Foundry. And interestingly, next turn we can get an Embercleave down. Because the Skyknight Vanguard is going to make another creature that's attacking. So then Embercleave is going to cost 4 instead of 6. So yeah, we're back to gold now, but as I said, with this deck was extremely easy to climb the ladder from gold upwards. Well, too bad. Too bad. Let's get a veteran down. And Seal of Growth. Is he having another Dormless Ambush or something? Obviously not. Alright, so attack with the veteran here. Get the Embercleave down. It's less about the damage and more about having the Embercleave on the board actually. And giving 1/1 is also nice in this situation. However, we don't have any creatures at the moment, so it's pretty bad. Oh, that's actually a nut straw here. So we get rid of the Incubation Druid, done Sacred Foundry, and let's see, we can do 6 damage. And he's down to 12. Oh shit! Oh no! I actually didn't want to attack with both. Yeah, that was bad. Let's attach the Embercleave to the champion. We might have thrown this. This guy's loving fresh, huh? Alright. So what's the deal? The deal is a plains. So if we attack, he has to block. How is he going to block? If he blocks just with an Innkeeper, it's not enough. If he blocks with a Direct Horde Arcanist, 1 damage is going through. I think we actually have to attack because if he keeps the Dreadhorde Arcanist around, he can just kill. He could kill the Fervent Champion, although the power of Dreadhorde Arcanist is not big enough to cast either Fresh or Ambush. Let's just attack here. Let our opponent do the thinking. He has to block anyway, so. Alright, that's some commitment. I like it. And let's get rid of his Innkeepers so he doesn't draw more cards. Alright. So now he's also top decking. I probably can't buff the Arcanist in any way. Wow. Alright. GG. Like, card draw is the big weakness of the stack. If we don't kill our opponent early, then that's pretty much it. Let's go on here. I don't think this is a hand that this is a hand that we keep. This is a hand that we can keep. Of course we block here 100% of the time. So next turn we, depending on what our opponent plays, we either put the Mace down or the Acclaimed Contender. Yeah, so in this situation we put down the Mace. Just preparing for future turns. Crush Giant. Let's just play another Mace actually. If we draw another land, then we can put down a Skyknight Vanguard and the Contender at the same time, giving us an additional card and putting 2 counters on both Maces. Or actually, in the ideal world, you would get a Fervent Champion. Play the Fervent Champion together with the Acclaimed Contender, and then be able to equip the Mace of the Valiant immediately. But this is also pretty good. And we hopefully get a Fervent Champion. There we got the Fervent Champion. Yes! Now this is amazing. If we put down the Fervent Champion next turn, it's going to be a 7/7 with First Strike, Haste and Vigilance. With the Maces equipped.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
Kuna can kill our Skyknight Vanguard here. This card is so good actually, just by itself, a 2 mana 3/2 with reach. Yeah, let's get rid of the giant, definitely. If possible. Ouch. Alright, let's go! As you see, no mana for attaching. That's why this is so good. Also, Fervent Champion is the first striker, so he benefits like double the amount from buffing up his stats.
Yeah, doesn't always work out how you want.
Alright, our giant is an 8-5 now. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's get rid of the Conclave Tribunal. Block this 100% of the time.
It's better than having a plan. Hey, these little guys are great!
That's a good draw, definitely. Getting another 1-1. Can hurt his Chandra.
I thought this was a sparring match.
Tibbles.
Oh, they're so cute.
Hey, these little guys are great!
Log a Skyknight Vanguard with Skyknight Vanguard. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a second source of red mana, but it's fine. We're just going to let's get rid of the Cavalcade of Calamity and get rid of the Chandra too.
What the heck?
And now we're pretty much in a commanding
My
position now.
assistants are painfully sloppy.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Now we get the Embercleave down and going. And I wonder. So Tybalt isn't doing anything because don't have any life gain in our deck anyway. Can keep our Venerable Knight alive with the Embercleave.
I am not happy right now.
And yeah, that pretty much seals the deal. Yeah. Let's do one more here. Isn't that what we already got? We go risky because we are going first, so let's keep the sand. Oh, yes. So next turn we probably putting down the Mace of the Valiant. That's what you do here. Preparing upcoming turns. And now basically, if we draw white mana, we can put down a Circle of Loyalty, or we just put down the Acclaimed Contender. So, unfortunately no Circle of Loyalty, but we can put down the Acclaimed Contender. There is an Embercleave, which we definitely get. Next turn we can go in with the Embercleave or put down a Circle of Loyalty. If... yeah. Just go in here. Kill this Torbran with the Embercleave. If he doesn't block, we have lethal. We're lethal anyway, putting the Embercleave on the Acclaimed Contender, dealing exactly 10 damage. And that's how this deck wins. I mean, yeah, I take it. This is also a hand that we keep. Now we put down the Venerable Knight. Flourishing. Alright, Temple of Triumph. We want another land actually. Let's put down the Inspiring Veteran. If our board stays as it is, if. Then we can also put down the Circle of Loyalty, which we will be able to do. Excellent. Actually, that was a mistake. We could have played the Venerable Knight. No, we could have played the Fervent Champion, still played the Circle of Loyalty. That was a mistake, definitely. Yeah, we missed lethal there, basically. Like, our opponent would have been forced to block with his Rhythm Reef. Alright, so how do we win? We're getting a Fervent Champion down. And then get rid of the reef and then just go in. Yeah. So that's how this deck works, that's how this deck wins. I hope you liked this presentation of the deck. If you liked it, leave a rating, leave a comment, subscribe, and I see you guys on the next video.